And take it away, Eric.
Drone Racers by Alexander Gustafsson. Exterior, somewhere over the Pacific Ocean night. A storm rages, waves thunder, rain booms. A military spy drone slices the night, swift, silent. Interior Military Command Center, same time. High-tech monitoring equipment, sonar radar stations, a large screen, a first-person point of view, POV, flying over the ocean transmit from the camera on the military spy drone. A pilot flies the drone via joystick. Overseeing it all, General Susan Stormford, 50s, hard edge. Next to her, Operative Sasha Malone, 30s.
100 kilometers in closing.
Every eye on the drone's POV knuckles wide on keyboards. A tech forgets her mug perched to drink. Coffee dribbles down her chin.
80 kilometers.
On screen, a huge wave rears ahead of the drone. Exterior, somewhere over the Pacific, continuous, and blasts through the wave.
50 kilometers.
Interior Military Command Center, continuous.
20 kilometers.
We're going to make it.
Stormford smirks.
Don't confirm the kill. I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Sasha gulps.
5, 4, 3.
The room leans in. The screen snaps black.
What happened?
I've lost contact.
Destroy.
The room deflates. Stormford heads to the exit.
What's out there?
Sasha rushes after Stormford.
General,
Do you know how I became the first?
3 tours in Desert Storm, successful implementation of...
0 mistakes. You are responsible for this, Malone. If anything goes wrong, you and your family's legacy will take a fall.
Stormford retires. Off, Sasha. An impossible command. Interior, empty warehouse Los Angeles night. Metal ducts everywhere. Twisted piping, a rowdy crowd. It's an underground drone race. In the center, a table with a pile of cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3rd annual drone race.
An eclectic bunch, old veterans, young hobby enthusiasts, rambunctious teens, and college students experimenting with their engineering degrees. Everyone has a drone. They hover near their owners, unique, personalized. These are not hobby drones. They're racing drones. Fast, edgy, cool. These drones put the cars and Fast and the Furious to shame.
Tonight, for all the Benjamins.
Cheers.
Or at least a nice variety of Jacksons and Grants.
In the southwest corner, our heroes Inez, 16, Blue, female, 13, and twins Freddie, fat, and Eddie, skinny, 11.
He does that joke every time.
And it's still no good.
Practice makes perfect.
You practice something worthwhile. Physics, composting.
Inez scans the crowd.
Where the F is Marco?
Where the fruitcake is he?
The fiduciary is he?
Philanthropy.
That's a PH.
Whatever, Pinhead.
I'm going to kill him.
Back to the MC.
Our 4 teams tonight. In the northwest corner, we have the SEAL Team Sixers.
6 veterans cheer and whoop. Their camouflage-colored drones fly in unison to lift the flag.
Yes, hoorah, gents, or should I say it with your losing streak?
No way.
Boo-hoo.
Freddie and Eddie die inside.
In the northeast corner, the college grads.
The team celebrates. Their drones wear graduation caps and on cue, fly into the air and spin, like they've been tossed.
Putting those degrees to good use. Tell your moms hello when you go home to them.
Inez pulls Blue aside.
Did you put that tracker in his jacket like I asked?
No,
Why not?
because that's weird. And I don't want to think about why a 15-year-old boy spends so much time in the bathroom.
Screw him. We've got this.
Actually, all our winning strategies have called for the 5 of us, so
Inez shoots her a look.
In the southeast corner, we have the Hells Angels.
Huge bikers roar. Their drones boom like chopper engines revving through a small town. The crowd covers their ears.
why do
is
they
so
always do
annoying.
that?
Awesome.
Cool.
And last but not least, our returning champions, the Amphibians.
Lukewarm applause.
Croak. Croak. Croak.
Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
Our name sucks.
Let them have this.
For they accumulate 30 points through the buzz on.
Every team places visors over their eyes like sunglass. The visors light up with the drone camera POV. They race the drones like a first-person video game.
Controls at the ready.
Everyone flexes special tech gloves, flex gloves, testing the connection. They fly the drones through the gloves using kinetic motion to pilot and pivot. They punch forward. The drone moves forward. Weaves through the crowd.
Marco,
It is nice to see you too, but we've got a race to win.
He adds his drone into the mix. He fist bumps the twins. Has a special hand. Hello?
We can hear you loud and clear, boss man.
Inez huffs.
On the air horn, ready?
Racers tense. The crowd hushes. Drones hover. Freddy and Eddie jostle for position.
Let me in front.
I'm already here.
I'm the better flyer.
I'm an eagle. You're an emu.
Freddy shoves Eddie. His special tech gloves mimic the motion in his drone. It crashes into Eddie's. The propellers snap and break. Both drones clatter to the ground. The race hasn't started, and the amphibians are already 2 down. Freddy and Eddie freeze. Twist to face Inez. Oops.
cool. Not like we need money for food or anything.
Get set.
Inez, Marco, and Blue at the ready. MC raises the air horn. Varoom! The Hells Angels rev their drones. Swallowing the air horn's blast, they shoot ahead into the race. Everyone takes a second to realize.
Go, go, go!
They take off. The race is on. SEAL Team Sixer drones break rank. Scatter across the warehouse. They beeline for the yellow checkpoints. Mechanical arms unfold from the drones. Each drone grabs a checkpoint, hijacks it. The crowd goes nuts. Hidden in the masses, recording on a cell phone, Sasha Malone.
The Sixers are flying with the checkpoints in hand. Unbelievable.
The Sixers weave and figure eight each other, working together to get their teammates through the required checkpoints while avoiding competing drones. A digital checkpoint counter tallies the score. Sixers 10. Blue angles for a checkpoint. She flicks her wrist. Her quad prop drone splits into 4 mini drones. They scatter and dart through several checkpoints simultaneously. Amphibians 12. The crowd goes berserk.
Nice, B.
The race rages. Brutal and fast, drones collide midair. Others dart and weave through pipes and scaffolding. The first-person POV cameras twist and twirl. One Sixer rips his visor off, pukes. His drone smashes into a wall. The checkpoint it was holding falls to the ground.
One checkpoint.
Disqualifying it from additional scoring.
2 college grad drones surround a Hells Angels. A ribbon of electricity zaps between them. Angels drone fries. College grads surround 2 of Blues, zap them from the sky.
Ah, I'm down too.
Weak.
A drone falls from the sky, knocks Freddy on the head.
Down 3.
Inez and Marco twist and twirl through the air. They're incredible. Inez has more finesse, but Marco is more competitive. Amphibians 19, Sixers 17, Grads 19, Angels 21. Blue's last mini drone is slammed against a wall.
I'm out.
Inez chews a thought.
We have to ground more checkpoints.
No way, we need points!
We're too outnumbered. If we ground the other checkpoints and only leave one, we can outfly them.
Whatever you say, boss.
They fly in formation. You turn on an angel holding a checkpoint. Double team it to the ground.
Another checkpoint nullified.
Drones drop like rain. Angels outmass smaller drones. Grads zap others from the sky. The Sixers scatter, trying to keep the checkpoints in their control. Inez and Marco tornado around a checkpoint, swirl it to the ground.
Another down, 3 checkpoints left.
Inez and Marco arrow towards another checkpoint. The Sixers dodge, flies into a ventilation shaft. Inez and Marco move to pursue. Inez veers left at the last second.
What are you doing?
Take it down. I can score off the other two.
In the ventilation shaft, Marco chases the Sixer. They ricochet off the metallic walls, darting at sharp angles. In the warehouse, Sasha watches from the crowd, eyes alight. She checks the scoreboard. Amphibians 27, Sixers 24, Grads 21, and Angels 26.
Wait, where did all the Sixers go?
In the ventilation shaft, Marco chases the Sixer into a clearing. Other Sixers are waiting. Bush. They zoom through the checkpoint. 5 points scored. They turn on Marco's drone. Metallic arms snake out and catch it. Shred it. Back in the warehouse.
It was a trap!
I know. Someone had to fall for it, so I could do this.
She accelerates, surfs off a pipe curve, vaults through 2 checkpoints, knocks the second loose, it tumbles down. Inez dives. She arcs, races through the checkpoint milliseconds before it crashes to the ground.
And Amphibians have 30. The race is over with an incredible move by Inez.
Sasha and the crowd go wild. Angels and Sixers fume, beat by a bunch of kids. Inez high-fives around. Marco doesn't offer one.
What?
You screwed me.
We won.
And you won.
And
We could have done it together.
I didn't need you.
Zing! Marco stonks off. Blue looks after him, casts her eyes to Inez.
What?
Inez heads to collect the winnings.
Mom and Dad are fighting again.
What else is new?
I think your face got uglier.
Boom! The power is cut. The warehouse plunges into darkness. Floodlights beam through the upper windows. A helicopter circles outside.
Nobody move. This is the LAPD. Remain where you are while we enter the premises.
Bolts.
Amphibs, go home.
Blue, Freddy, and Eddie run. Angels and Sixers rush the cash table. Inez tumbles with them. They shove her aside. She lands a punch. The prize money vanishes in the chaos. Inez picks herself up, scans the darkness. People flood the exits. Drones crash through windows into the night. Her eyes find Sasha Malone. They stare at one another. Sasha holds up her phone, camera facing Inez. Inez runs. Interior food court, abandoned mall night. An 80s staple converted to home, the hideout of our heroes. Ratty couches, hammocks, arcade games, snack food wrappers. Your dream clubhouse times 50. Scattered around, dissected radios, ransacked computers, car engines, a recovered plane turbine, parts broken down, reassembled into dozens of drones. They cover shelves, tables, everything. Blue fiddles on hardware. She's got something big hidden under a tarp. She consults a book, Fusion Theory by Dr. Baijin Casimir. Freddy eyes a homemade microwave. It counts down the seconds. Eddie sways in a hammock.
5, 4, 3.
It won't work.
Boom! Whatever was in the ramshackle appliance, it explodes.
No.
Told ya.
Inez rappels from the roof on a rope. Yeah, this hideout's way better than anything you ever built as a kid.
Where's Marco?
Doesn't it get annoying always asking that?
Blue?
It's cheaper
Inez bristles.
in the pool.
Thanks. I hope you didn't strain yourself.
Inez marches down a corridor. Blue rolls her eyes, returns to her work.
What about dinner money?
Blue checks the book. Well, it's a final spark.
Want to see something awesome?
Interior drained pool. Gym abandoned mall. Moments later, Marco kicks in the deep end, sunk in a beanbag, playing video games. Inez sits over him on the diving board.
The kids are hungry.
I could figure out a microwave.
And there's nothing to eat.
He jams the joystick, blasts the A button.
Where's the prize money?
Stolen.
Thought you got it.
Why were you late?
I wasn't.
You almost were?
I wasn't. So almost what?
It's like I can't count on you.
That's your choice.
Where do you go, Marco? What? New friends? A girlfriend?
Yeah, not being in school really allows for a wide social circle.
Look, I'm sorry about the race, okay? I was pissed, so I took control. I won. Big deal.
You always take control.
Someone has to take care of us.
We can take care of ourselves.
They're kids, Marco.
So are we.
Inez boils.
I mean, what's next, Inez? You gonna enroll them in school? Go to their graduations? Apply for financial aid so they can go to college?
You'd rather send them back to foster care? Orphanages?
I don't know.
Marco's character dies on screen.
It can't last forever there's no future.
He scales the ladder in the deep end, sits on the diving board next to Inez.
Don't like you looking down on me.
Inez snorts.
I'm not going anywhere, okay? You just have to trust me.
Why won't you just tell me?
Marco chews his lip.
Okay, it is a girl. Her name's Rihanna. She's a singer. She told me to keep it secret.
Inez playfully shoves him.
Stupid.
Interior food court, abandoned mall, same time. Freddy and Eddie circle round Blue.
If this is a book report, not interested.
30 years ago, Dr. Bijan Casimir and his team published this book on fusion theory.
Will it be death by starvation or boredom first?
This book is only half the equation. Casimir's entire team vanished before the second part could be released, but I think I've pieced it together.
Blue rips the tarp off her pet project, a quad fusion engine drone. Freddy and Eddie drool.
4 independent fusion engines, theoretically capable of speeds up to Mach 3 in a dive.
How fast is that?
You know when girls run away from you? That fast.
I call it the Peregrine Falcon.
Nerd.
Genius. If I made one mistake, the whole thing might blow.
Did you make a mistake?
Beat.
Let's find out.
She readies her visor, flicks a big red switch on the Peregrine Falcon to on. Interior drain pool, gym, abandoned mall, same time. Inez and Marco race Mario Kart on Nintendo 64.
I'm gonna lightning your ass.
This killing me trend probably isn't good for my health.
Most fun things aren't.
Boom, boom, boom. A blast of light overhead. Hot air forces them to the ground. They look up to find the Peregrine Falcon embedded in a wall. Fusion engines smoking. Interior food court, abandoned mall, same time. Through a series of holes blasted through walls, we find Blue's, Freddy's, Eddie's faces. Stunned horror. Exterior alley, night. Sasha rounds a corner, slinks into a shadow. She extracts her phone, pulls up video recorded from the drone race, scrubs through. She screenshots the faces of Inez, Marco, Blue, Freddy, and Eddie. She dials a number.
I'm sending you a visual. I want facial scanning activated from every camera. Traffic, security, ATM, everything. We're running out of time.
Cut to ECU Freddy's face.
Baby, I know we've had some tough times in the past, but that was the past. Let's focus on now and our delicious future.
Widened reveal. Interior exterior, drive-through window, Delicioso Baco restaurant, day. Freddy stands outside, leans in through an old-fashioned single-window drive-through. We notice a security camera focused on the window. Branch manager Lola glares at him.
No car, no service.
Why are you breaking my balls, Lola?
No car.
I don't have a car.
Then no service.
No, I'm not allowed inside.
Flashback to interior Delicioso Baco restaurant 2 years ago. Younger versions of Inez, Marco, Blue, Freddy, and Eddie sit around a table. In front of them are hobby drones with minor modifications.
Okay, everyone, our first flight. Let's soar.
It does not go well. One drone smashes through a window. Another plows across tables, food and drinks, land and laps. Another vaults into the fryers, flings oil onto napkins. They catch fire. The fire torches across dusty plastic plants. A younger Lola glares at our heroes. Back to present.
No car, no service.
She closes the drive-through window. Exterior park, same time. Across the street, the rest of the gang hangs. Inez and Marco scope the scene. Eddie watches Freddy fail at the drive-thru. Blue tinkers with a large black drone. Carrier drone.
How's he doing?
Tears haven't started yet. So, better than usual.
Angle on Freddy. He starts bawling.
You can't ban love.
Back to the park.
And he's out.
The group sighs.
What do you think, moms?
Inez surveys the park. A large fountain, a hot dog vendor, and his cart. A picnic birthday party.
Nice day. Lots of options. What do you think?
I'm feeling greedy.
Starving.
I've been seasoning Freddy while he sleeps.
Let's do this thing.
They drop visors over their eyes, flex tech gloves on their fingers, launch their drones. Eddie pilots over the fountain, dives into it. Underwater, a magnetic web splays out from the drone, drifts over discarded coins, and electric charge pulses. The coin jumps into the web, stuck. The park. Eddie flies his drone in the money web skyward. Marco pilots over to the picnic birthday party. Arms octopus out, he grabs chips, dip, chili, cheese platter, fruit tray, pizza box, the cake. Through the POV, he spies a small pink bear with a bow on it. He grabs it. Inez and Blue fly their drones around the hot dog vendor. Blue pilots her mini drone like a wasp. Darting around the vendor's head, he swats at it, stumbles, flees from the cart. Blue's drone chases. Inez flies down, pushes the cart away on the sidewalk.
Candy from a baby.
Blue recalls her drone. The drones and their booty rendezvous under a large tree. Inez opens the cart. Marco's and Eddie's drop their goods in. Blue launches the black Inez and Marco secure it to the cart. The carrier drone lifts the cart, flies away. Blue sets the autopilot. Preset coordinates flash across her visor.
Dinner at home waiting.
Drones. Pull off the visors and gloves. Sit back and relax.
Nice out today.
Lola, please.
Tasha Malone watches our heroes. She pulls out her phone.
Tell Stormford, we've found them.
Interior food court. Abandoned mall night. The gang feasts on hot dogs and cake. Blue fiddles on the carrier drone mending bent propeller blades.
I could smell the taco burgers. It was so close.
The dogs aren't bad.
Everything is bad compared to Delicioso Baco. Everything.
Eddie fishes around in the hot dog cart, finds the small pink bear.
Hey, Freddy, you left your doll here.
That's mine.
Eddie tosses it to him.
Pink bear?
It's cute.
He pockets the bear. Inez clocks it.
Will you stop working for a second? You're making me hungry.
A hungry fat guy? Weird.
We're twins, dickwad. We look the same, idiot.
Maybe in a fun house.
What you doing, Blue?
Props are bent. Flimsy metal.
Fixable?
If we find another turbine lying around, maybe.
I think the airport just stripped a G3. Might be some good stuff.
Good call.
That's stealing, you know.
Sasha steps from the shadows.
Lucky for you, I can keep a secret.
CPS!
Blue, Freddy, and Eddie rush behind Inez.
You're not taking them.
Back off.
Marco chucks a drone skyward, drops his visor, flexes a glove, charges it towards Sasha. She pulls a gun. Bang! The drone crashes to the floor. She holsters her weapon.
That was so sexy.
I'm not protective services. Sasha Malone, Special Ops.
What do you want?
Your help.
Screw off.
In exchange, I'll give you information.
I built a fusion engine from scrap at 12. I think I'm good on info.
About your parents. Where you came from.
The kid's quiet, really listening now.
I know who you are. Inez, Marco, Freddy, Eddie, Roberta.
The others stare at her. Roberta. Cut to interior food court, abandoned mall later. Sasha briefs the group. Blue stays behind Inez. Marco leans in. Freddy and Eddie drool over Sasha. Inez listens, arms crossed.
6 months ago, we detected a rogue signal 700 miles offshore. Stranger still, we found that 11 ships have gone missing near that location in the last 30 years, all carrying valuable tech.
Tech?
Scientific equipment, military gear. Our satellites can't photograph the area, it's a black zone. So we sent drones. All have failed.
Why?
Something destroys them.
So what do you want from us?
I saw you fly last night. You were amazing. We need you to fly our drones and find out what's out there.
Why not just, invent new spy tech or whatever?
We don't have time. The signal has been going off more and more frequently, with decreasing intervals.
A countdown.
Sasha nods.
How long until 0 then?
3 days. We've exhausted every possibility. We're scraping the...
Bottom of the barrel?
so to speak.
Sasha pulls out sealed envelopes.
This is your information. Everything the government knows about your parents, your families, we'll give it to you, and help you with any actions you want to take, if you help us.
Blue, Freddy, and Eddie look at each other. Marco nods. Inez stays still.
A car will be here 9 a.m. tomorrow. I hope you get in it.
She pockets the envelopes, turns and sinks into the shadows.
I think I'm in love.
Marco walks off.
Where are you going?
Packing.
Interior drain pool gym, abandoned mall. Moments later, in the deep end, Marco packs a backpack, clothes, various drones, a spare visor, the pink bear.
Shouldn't we discuss as a group?
What's there to discuss?
What if it's dangerous?
Dangerous. It's exploring.
We need to think about what's best for them.
Marco stops, faces Inez.
This is best. A chance to find our families, live a normal life.
Families that gave us up.
We don't know the story.
You're setting them up to get hurt. Being left as a baby is one thing. Being told to your face, I don't want you, is another.
We're assuming the worst. We don't know that'll happen.
You don't know it won't.
It's information is. Names and addresses on paper. They don't have to go to them, but at least they'll have the choice. We can always come back.
What if they do go? What if no one comes back?
That's the best case scenario, right?
He shoulders his backpack, walks out the shallow end. Inez stays in the deep, swimming in her thoughts. Interior former Lego store, abandoned mall. Later, Blue tinkers on the peregrine falcon. Inez approaches.
Figure out what's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong with it. The engines are too powerful to control. Have to figure out some kind of dampener.
Inez watches, amazed by her young friend's genius.
Crazy how smart you are. Ever wonder where it came from?
Reading.
What do you think about all this?
What does everyone else think?
Marco's already packed. Twins will follow anything with legs that high.
And you?
I don't know.
Blue stops working, considers her words.
I guess you always wonder a little, but I don't need to know. Doesn't change the foster home. What happened?
Inez turns to leave.
But
Turn.
might be able to learn something from military drones, so I'm down.
Blue continues working.
Why'd you say your name was Blue?
My name is Blue.
Inez considers, unsure if she should push.
But why?
You know how people can take a hurtful thing said or done to them, turn it around, and own it to feel more powerful?
Yeah?
Guess what color the bruises were?
Interior food court, abandoned mall. Later, our heroes sleep in a nest of blankets and pillows. Marco and Eddie snore baritone. Freddy snores soprano. Blue sleeps with headphones on. Inez watches them, a packed suitcase beside her. She pilots a small drone above the group. In her visor, the drone's camera POV, her family, together, safe. She snaps a photo of this sleeping jumble. She fishes in her pocket, pulls out a small worn photograph, a woman with long dark hair cuddling a smiling baby. In her visor view, the worn photograph and the sleeping amphibians, together, almost looking like a page from a photo album. She lands the drone, removes the visor, pockets the picture, tries to sleep. Exterior, middle of the California desert day. A black US SUV drops our heroes off. Blue sky above, white sand below. They scan the horizon. Barren, not even a tumbleweed.
So now what?
A tremor rumbles. They turn around. The ground descends, angling down into a ramp. They stare down the ramp into a huge black cave.
You think that's for us?
Interior garage, military desert base, continuous. They walk down the ramp into a huge stainless steel garage. Sasha and Stormford await them.
Welcome to the cavern.
The kids eye row after row of polished Teslas, Benzes, BMWs, a few fancy road bikes.
What is this place?
The parking lot. This is General Susan Stormford.
I've never heard of a girl general.
That's because anyone who's ever made an issue of my gender, I've left slaughtered on the battlefield.
Gulp.
I look forward to you impressing me. My disappointment has been exhausted by Malone, so that is not an option.
Interior mission room later. Our heroes pilot military drones. They wear cumbersome helmet visors and fly via joysticks. It's not the sleek, kinetic flight of their personal drones. 5 screens show the drone camera POVs in flight. Stormford, Sasha, and technicians monitor progress.
20 kilometers in closing.
Which formation, boss?
Whatever.
The amphibians look at each other. Inez piloting is loose, lazy. She's throwing the mission.
Formation. Let's get some space. We go in waves.
Exterior, somewhere of the Pacific Ocean, same time. 5 military stealth drones adjust formation like geese. Inez leads the V, Marco and Blue behind. The twins trail.
10 kilometers.
Interior mission room, same time. Inez accelerates her drone from the pack.
Guess I'm first.
Slow downies.
Her camera POV zips across frothing waves. The others fall behind back.
3, 2.
And as the screen goes black,
Oops.
I said. She chucks off the helmet, gives a shrug. Marco and Blue move into position. Their camera POVs accelerate.
Keep your eye on the horizon. See if you notice anything weird.
Blue nods.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Their screens go black.
Damn it.
The room quiets. Inevitable failure ebbs in.
Any ideas, Ease?
Nada.
Freddy looks over to Eddie.
You thinking, but I'm thinking.
Let's take it downtown.
They jam their controls forward. Exterior, somewhere of the same time. The two drones pitch forward, dive into the water. Interior mission room, same time.
don't.
Relax, babe. We got this.
They aren't waterproof.
The POV screens show the drone slow. Stop. The cameras tilt as the machinery starts to sink, dead in the water.
Water resistant.
The screens fuzz, fade to gray, then black. Freddy rounds on Sasha.
You mean to tell me your military super drones aren't waterproof? A Samsung is waterproof, Sasha.
You just sunk $100 million.
In our defense, you put it in the hands of 11-year-olds.
A drone system can't function in water. It's too delicate.
Well, we tried and failed. Guess that's that.
Ours can.
Yeah, why do you think we call ourselves the amphibians?
Sasha and Stormford exchange a look.
Adults, man, why are they so stupid?
Exterior, somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, day. A Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird soars in the upper atmosphere. The cargo doors slide open. Two drones drop out. The tumbles out of the sky, falling right into the ocean. Splash. Interior mission room, same time. Freddy and Eddie pilot two drones. Inez, Marco, Blue, standby. Blue turns to Sasha.
How are you boosting their control links? The drones must be 1,000 miles away.
Satellite relays, we patched them into a large dish here and beamed it out.
Blue nods.
2 kilometers.
Everyone tenses. On the POV, screens ocean swirls. A long beat.
And now?
Sorry, ma'am. Their drones are slower. I may have started the countdown a bit early.
A collective sigh.
Bet I get there before you.
Yeah, right. I'm a way better swimmer than you.
I'm a shark. You're a starfish.
Marco places a hand on each of their shoulders.
Guys, let's just get this over with.
At the origin in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Exterior, somewhere under the Pacific Ocean, same time. Thunk. The two drones collide into something solid. They reverse. Accelerate again. Thunk. Intercut with interior mission room, same time.
It's a force field.
No, it's not. Look.
Eddie drags his drone vertical along the barrier. Dark slashes scratch across.
It's a wall.
Painted blue.
What a low-tech letdown.
One of you head west, the other take a peek at the surface.
The drones jostle for position.
Just decide.
You go to the surface. You're fat and more buoyant.
I should have eaten you in the womb.
Freddy flies to the surface. On the surface, Freddy scans the horizon. Nothing. Nothing. A small floating dock. Nothing. He twists back to the dock.
Get on that platform.
Wow. Okay, please, maybe?
His drone skitters across the waves and onto the dock.
Odd spot for a dock.
Go plank by plank. There must be more.
Underwater, Eddie's drone finds a lip in the wall.
I found something.
He extends an arm from his drone, follows the crease on the docks.
Hey, this board has a break in it. And this one. And this one.
Freddy flies up for a wider view. Reveal a small square in the center of the dock, a secret door.
Get in there.
Freddy searches for a lifting point, hinge, anything. Underwater, Eddie finds a corner in the crease. He changes direction and follows it around. Everyone in the mission room follows the two screens. Freddy on the left, Eddie on the right, back and forth, back and forth.
I think it's a panel.
Eddie lifts the lip, pulls. The panel pops free. Underneath it, a vent.
An intake panel.
Back up!
Whoosh! The open vent guzzles water in. Eddie's drone catches in the current. It slams against the vent. He tries to reverse, escape the pull. Can't. It's too powerful. His drone crunches under the rushing water. His POV screen goes black.
Rest in peace, soldier.
Freddy finds a latch on the dock. He extends out an arm to lift it.
Clear as soon as it's open. Learn from your brother.
Yeah, learn from me.
Blah.
He opens the secret door, backs up. Nothing happens. He approaches the opening.
Use extreme caution.
Yes, Granny. Caution. Got it. Thank you.
In the opening is a large metal door secured with a numerical lock.
Try 1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't. Look how wide the display screen is. Enough for 6 numbers.
Scan it. We'll analyze what a viable code could be.
Freddy rolls his eye. Enters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stormford almost blows a gasket. The door opens.
I mean, come on, you guys.
His drone peers into the opening. He's looking directly into the barrel of a cannon.
Oh,
Something flashes. His screen and visor go black. Connection lost. Silence around the room.
Just remember, we made it further than all of you.
Stormford roars. Interior hallways, military command center, night. Sasha escorts our heroes through wide metallic halls. Various scientists and military personnel work room to room. Freddy and Eddie still wear their drone visors atop their heads.
Thanks for trying back there. We really could have used you.
I did what I could.
Marco fumes, steps back from the group.
Forgive Stormford's expletive explosion.
I was impressed.
Marco eyes a side hallway, escapes down it. No one notices.
Once she regroups with her superiors in LA, we'll proceed first thing in the morning.
Except Inez. She watches him run down the side hall.
Your plan won't work. Analyzing what numbers could have been pushed could result in thousands of possible codes.
Inez slips away from the group, follows Marco.
What do you suggest?
The vent. All you need is a drone large enough to plug the intake. Then we could make a controlled entrance.
Can you build a drone like that?
We all.
Yes, I think so. Do you have a supply room?
Freddy and Eddie glance her way. What's she doing?
Yes, follow... Wait, where are Inez and Marco?
Guess they needed some alone time.
It's best not to get involved.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Ditto.
Sasha stares at them, overwhelmed. Interior garage, military command center, moments later. Marco, backpack on, grabs a bike from the garage. He pedals up the angled entrance. Inez watches from behind a car, glances to the wall of bikes, grabs one. Exterior military command center, moments later. Marco's silhouette. Night sky lights their way. Far in the distance, the hazy pink glow of Los Angeles looms. It's going to be a long ride. Interior storage room, military command center, same time. Sasha leads Blue, Freddy, and Eddie into a tech storage room. Rows and rows of shelves piled with abandoned computer switchboards, out-of-date military equipment, satellite bits, and engine scraps. For Blue, a toy store.
This is what we have. If you can make a drone out of this, I'll go to Stormford with your idea.
Sasha walks deep into the shelf. Eddie,
What are we doing?
Yeah, we already have a big fat drone. Big fat Joan.
I want to see their toys.
she eyes a small propeller, titanium, points it out to the twins.
See? Perfect for a carrier. Just grab whatever looks cool.
They fan out amongst the gear.
Find anything useful?
No way.
He pulls out 2 archaic walkie-talkies.
Walkie-talkies.
Blue rolls her eyes. Freddy tosses one to Eddie. They turn to a channel.
This is Red Baron at Dingus 2001. Over.
This is Nimbus 2001 to Dead Heron. Over.
How do you deal with it?
It's white noise after a while. Where are we at with dinner?
Quinoa?
We prefer food.
Blue collects various bits and bobs. She stops at a small, round silver disc. She reads the label.
Remote frequency redirector. What's that?
RFR. It rechannels an object's directional frequency and allows the user to direct it manually. Lets you drive anything with an onboard computer remotely. Blue's stomach grumbles.
It turns computer-driven machines into drones?
Basically. Sasha places it back on the shelf. She moves deeper into the storage room, reminiscing. Blue motions to the twins, points to the door. They nod. The kids slink out of the room, walkie-talkies in hand. Sasha moves further and further inside. I was in R&D for a while. My dad was special ops, and his dad before him, and his dad before him, and his dad... The kids close the door, latch the lock. Sasha turns back. Kids? Interior, hallway, military command center, continuous. Blue, Freddy, and Eddie convene beside the locked door. Blue shows them the stolen RFR.
I have a fun idea.
The twins were in. Sasha knocks from beyond the locked door. Let me out of here! Interior garage, military command center. Moments later, the coolest song with the 6th beat plays us through this real-life fantasy. The kids wade through the sea of luxury cars.
Pick one.
Freddy and Eddie look at each other. Both point to a chair, red beauty.
Excellent choice. Visor.
He hands her his visor from atop his head. Blue turns on the RFR, sinks it to the visor. Connection good. In a beautiful car, continuous, Blue places the RFR on the dash. It flashes red, 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 green. Back in the garage.
Controls.
Eddie hands her his flex glove. She places the visor over her eyes.
Here goes nothing.
Makes a fist. The car's engine roars to life. In the vision, images from the car's front. In the visor, images from the car's front and reverse cameras and navigation display. The twins cheer. Blue pulls her hand back. The car reverses. She flicks her wrist. It switches to drive.
How about a joyride?
She punches forward. The car guns it. Tires smoke and scream. It races out of the garage.
This is the coolest thing ever.
So, where to?
The middle of the California desert, continuous. The car tears across the desert, a rooster tail of white sand arcing behind it. It blows past Biking Inez, leaves Marco pedaling in its dust. The epic song comes to a close as we slam to the drive-thru window. Delicoso Baco, night. Car orders at the speaker. Freddy's voice plays over the car's speakerphone.
Hi, can we get 50 burger tacos, extra jalapenos and cheese, as much ranch dip as you got, and that's it.
Through the outside window, we see Lola working late.
Pull up to the window.
The car creeps up to the window. We see Lola packing a huge brown greasy bag with ranch packets. She heaves the bag up, leans out the window, extends the heavy bag out. She notices the car is in.
What the?
The car alarm blares, lights flash. Lola startles, drops the food bag into the driver's seat.
Thanks, Lola.
The car speeds into the night. In Beverly Hills Mansion, night. At the edge of the walled property, Marco stashes his bike. Checks his watch, times it against an oscillating security camera. Unclear, scrambled over the wall. Marco skirts around the perimeter, maneuvers around a gargantuan satellite dish and outlandish pool. He stops beneath a tree, pulls his backpack off, fishes out a drone and the pink bear. He flies the drone and the bear to a third-story window. Guides the drone toward the window. Tap, tap, taps on the glass. A light turns on inside. The figure moves toward the window. Comes into view. A young girl, no more than 4, smiles at the drone. She opens the window. The drone flies into the room. The drone flies into the room. Darts about playing keep away with the bear. The young girl giggles. She catches the bear, hugs it tight. She places the bear on a shelf next to other small possessions. Figurines, music boxes, jewelry, Nerf guns. Things small enough to fit in a backpack and be carried by a drone. The young girl pulls out a checkers board. She lays it between her and the drone, places the pieces. She goes first. Moves a checker. The drone moves another. In the backyard, Marco plays checkers looking through the visor. A sad smile on his face.
She's a lot younger than I imagined.
Marco jumps. In the bedroom, the drone jolts and scatters checkers across the carpet. Young girl gives it a look. Really? She resets the board. Back to the backyard.
You followed me.
Who is she?
Marco stares at her, not answering.
Marco, I just biked for 2 hours across the freaking desert. What's the deal?
He gives.
She's my sister.
Why is she here?
We were both up for adoption, but I was too old. Already ruined, you know?
Marco checks in on the visor, slides his hand to move a checker.
Found her a few weeks back.
She's what, 3?
4 in December.
Does she...
He shakes his head.
As far as she knows, I'm just a drone that brings her toys.
You should have told me.
Nothing to tell.
We can bust her out.
What? An amazing life? A pool and satellite TV for a shitty mall eating hot dogs?
Families should be together.
Marco
What?
pops.
What are you even talking about? You don't want us to find our families. You threw the mission.
Giving birth to you doesn't make them family.
Then what is ease? Stealing food? Racing for money?
Inez stares off into the dark.
My sister is family. Sasha said, we'll help you take next steps. Wish she can help me meet her again.
Marco turns back to the visor, resumes the game.
We don't need them. You're meeting her tonight.
All right, and that is where we're going to take our intermission. Take 5, everyone, and we will be right back. All right, and we are back from intermission. We are reading Drone Racers by Alexander Gustafsson. And, Alex, I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties that we have had today. We've lost a lot of our readers because of internet issues. But we are trudging on. I think it's a great premise for a script, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of it. Some super fun lines in there that we're really enjoying. Let me rejoin our table readers. Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh,
I'm so embarrassed.
Things are slightly better now. I hope maybe, for the love of God, please.
It is.
See,
I just want to
is slightly
ensure
better,
our
yes.
viewers that I'm quite manly.
You're
I'm very confident in my masculinity. Oh, yes.
very, very manly.
Oh
Tintin,
my.
who is our new narrator, because we lost Eric due to internet outages. Are you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Yay! Okay, and go.
Exterior, Military Command Center, same time. Blue, Freddy and Eddie sit 100 yards from the ramped taco wrappers. The car parked beside them. Freddy and Eddie gaze into the blazing night sky. Blue works the found titanium propeller into the carrier drone. Freddy's visor rests on his head.
I can't eat another bite. Are there any more?
I think we did it all, dude.
They put their hands up to high five, but are too far away and too lazy to move, so they let them fall with a grunt. Quiet.
I'll miss hanging out.
What if there's no Delicioso Taco where our parents are?
Bro, don't make me cry.
You can cry around me, bro.
I will cry, bro.
I love you.
I love you, bro. I love you.
They try for another high five, still too far. Blue snaps the final piece into place on the carrier drone. She joins them stargazing.
Do you think we have more brothers and sisters?
for your parents' sanity, I hope not.
Flash, Freddy's visor glows to life.
Dude, your visor.
What? Drone's blown to bits.
He drops the visor over his eyes. Beat.
Guys.
In the Beverly Hills mansion, same time, Inez flies a mini drone down a chimney. Marco stands at the base of a lattice, waits for the signal. Intercut with, in the Beverly Hills mansion continuous, the drone flies by modern art, large white canvases with one tiny sneeze of paint.
They'll be in the formal dining room upstairs.
There's more than one?
In the formal dining room upstairs, the worst sort of dinner party. Stuffy adults eat cake and drink port. Inez hovers her drone in, hugs the ceiling. The port is lovely.
Indubitably.
Why detect a hint of chestnut?
Maple idea venture.
Exquisite.
My word, have you seen the economy?
Inez dives the drone into the cake. Splat! Inez tornadoes her hand. The drone spins in the cake, icing flings everywhere. Marco scales the lattice. Inez darts out the cake, pinballs wine glasses and bottles. Inez tries. Ugh. Guests try to stand. Inez zips an orbit around the table, forcing them to sit. She kamikazes into mashed potatoes, swamps the gravy boat. Guests cower behind plates. It's the food fight you always wanted to start. Marco reaches the window, knocks on the glass. A dinner guest leaps on the table, body slams the drone down, her face landing in soup. Dripping split pea, she snaps the drone in half. She hurls the drone out the window where it clatters at Inez's feet. Inez looks up, face to face with Soup Face.
Uh-oh.
Security! Get her!
Floodlights banish shadows from the property. We hear dogs barking.
Marco.
Marco casts a last glance into the dark windows and drops from the lattice, just missing the young girl approach the glass. Security chases Inez and Marco. Cut to POV, a camera on the table. We see white light, lab equipment, damaged wiring, intercut with, in the military command center, same time. Freddy looks through his visor.
What do you see?
Right from the dock. The game's online.
In the POV, a man moves into view, 60s, dark eyes with silver hair. He looks directly into the camera and mouths something.
And a dude. He's saying something.
The man fiddles a dial, tries again. Hello, can you hear me?
He's talking to me.
turn on your mic.
Freddy lowers a mic attachment near his ear.
Sup?
The man grins. Pardon?
Sup, bruh?
Forgive me. Linguistic evolutions are not as readily understandable as technological, and I've been out of the loop for quite some time. Do you speak English? Freddy wrinkles his nose, pulls off the visor, and passes it to Blue.
Here. He's your people.
Blue pulls the visor on. Her mouth falls open.
Are you Dr. Bijan Casimir?
He brightens. I am. I didn't think anyone out there still knew about me.
I know about you. I'm a huge fan. I've used your fusion theory.
You used my work?
I mean, I only built a rocket engine. Nothing significant like you proposed.
You executed your own fusion reaction? Everything about that is significant. Blue swells. Who are you?
I'm Blue. I'm 13 and I'm an orphan.
You're 13, and you utilized my fusion theory with only half the information?
The basics were there. I just extrapolated.
You sound like an incredibly young woman. Who was I talking to before?
Freddy. He's an idiot.
He? Tell him not to worry. His voice will change. Freddy snarls. Eddie laughs. How did you find me?
They detected a signal and needed help getting to it. The government found us and...
John's face falls. Government?
Yeah, and asked us to help investigate.
The United States government? Blue nods. Bijan clenches his fists. His body trembles, rage threatening to erupt. He takes a steadying breath, pulls an apparatus from his pocket, and plugs it into the remains of Freddy's drones. Numbers whir across the visor screen.
What? What's going on? Did I say something wrong?
2 lines of numbers settle across the visor. Do you know what these numbers are?
Coordinates.
Bijan sighs. Young Blue, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. But if you're working for the government, then it's already too late. I'm sorry. Bijan disconnects the drone camera. The visor goes dark.
What happened?
I don't know.
What are the coordinates for?
I think it was our location. He traced the drone's signal to us.
But why?
In the holding cell, city jail, same time. Inez and Marco pay time in a cell.
Home security is really beefed up these days.
Marco tries swallowing his emotions.
What?
They know who I am. Extra security, restraining orders. I'm going to lose her again.
Inez buckles, takes a steadying breath.
It won't matter.
Marco looks to her.
We'll do this job. We'll find whatever's out there. Sasha will help us get her back.
Marco sniffs, tries playing it off.
Aren't you curious about your family?
You guys are my family.
Horny.
I'm serious. My parents are dead. My dad was a lieutenant in the army. My mom had a heart condition. No grandparents. Both only children. It's just me. There's nothing Sasha can give me I don't already know.
Something clicks for Marco.
So if we leave you be with our parents, I'll be alone.
And I won't have a family anymore. But you're right. They deserve to know.
Marco puts an arm over her shoulder, hugs her close. A door opens off screen. Stormford enters with a guard.
I didn't expect needing to use my rank to bail you out of jail.
She sees the emotions on their faces.
Oh, come on. It's one arrest. Builds character.
Exterior, Military Command Center, same time.
We should tell Storm...
Blue, Freddy, and Eddie search for a plan.
We should tell Stormford.
Guys?
He points skyward. The bright stars seem to be growing brighter.
What are those?
3 lights get closer. We hear a whistling noise. Terror streaks across Blue's face.
Missiles!
The missiles hit the ramped entrance of the command center, Boom! A huge explosion throws the kids off their feet. A cloud of fire curls into the air. They peel themselves from the dirt, ears ringing. The military command center burns, the entrance ramp collapsing. The flames light horror in their faces.
All the workers!
We have to help.
Blue drops the visor, makes a fist in the flex glove. The RFR-driven car roars to life. She punches forward. The car drives into the military command center. Continuous. Everything burns. We race through infernal hallways, first-person POV. We dodge debris, swerve past fire, blast down the hallways searching for survivors. 2 scientists wrapped in fire blankets stumble out of lab. The car stops, pop open its doors.
Get in!
They do. The search continues. Blue drives like a madman, peels out, fishtails around corners. 3 more workers. They clamber into the car. In the military command center, same time. Fire lights up the night. Blue is all nerves, guiding the car through hell. Freddy and Eddie sweat. The ground starts to bow.
The roof is collapsing!
Hurry, Blue!
In the military command center, more and more debris falls from the ceiling. Pockets of night sky appear, then vanish in black smoke. 2 more workers, then 1. The car is getting full. Inside the car, saved workers bend to the G-force around corners. Hallways, another 2. Blue pops the trunk. They jump in. Another 1 packs in like a clown car. The car dents and dings down the halls. A chunk of ceiling smashes into the windshield. Military command center. Blue rounds a corner. Part of her visor goes dark.
I lost the rear camera, and I think the tires are melting. I'm losing it.
Military command center, same time. A final worker squeezes in the car.
This is it, the whole night crew!
The car guns it for the exit ramp. The final fiery stretch. The car races through a wall of flames. Blue's visor flickers to black.
I lost the front cam. I'm driving blind.
Come on, Blue!
Blue punches her fist forward, trusting her gut. The car screams up the ramp. Arcing high into the night air, a tail of fire streaks behind. Slam! It crashes to the ground, axis snapping, but in one piece. The doors and trunk fly open. Workers tumble out.
You saved us!
Blue smiles. Eddie gives her a high five. Freddy's face falls.
Sasha!
In the storage room, military command center, same time. Coughing from smoke, the room red, Sasha slams heavy equipment against the locked door. It's not budging. Outside the military command center.
Whoa, what do we do?
We have to try.
They look to the car, completely wrecked. No way it's going anywhere. The roof of the entrance ramp collapses. Blue grabs her carrier drone.
Eddie, grab on.
She connects it to her visor, flies the drone into the air.
I should go.
You're too fat. Can't lift you and Sasha.
Freddy swallows the fact, grabs a fire blanket from a rescued worker. Eddie straps into the carrier's cables. Freddy wraps him in a fire blanket.
Bring her back, man.
I will. I promise, bro.
Blue flies the drone and Eddie into the plume of black smoke. She lowers him through a hole in the collapsing ceiling. In the military command center, Eddie lands in hell. He grabs the drone, runs down the hall. The smoke is thick, he can barely see. He finds the storage room, unlocks the door. In the storage room, military command center.
Sasha!
She's passed out. Eddie grabs her, straps her and himself into the drone.
Go, go, go!
The drone soars up, weaves through a hole in the ceiling. Outside the military command center, they emerge from the black smoke. Blue lands them next to cheering workers. Freddy rushes to Sasha, slaps her in the face to bring her back. Sasha, Sasha, Sasha! She moans, comes to.
I thought I lost you.
The fire raging behind him, Sasha in his arms. It's almost romantic. He leans in to kiss her. She shoves him back. No, I'm not dead. Freddy recovers.
Oh, cool. Good. Good. I mean, yeah.
Blue hugs Eddie.
Thanks for flying me, Cap.
Anytime.
A black SUV screeches to a stop near them. Inez, Marco, and Stormford hurry out.
Kids.
They see they're okay.
What happened? Casimir tried to kill us.
In the desert at dawn, our heroes stare at smoldering wreckage. A sleepless night. Stormford and Sasha hover nearby. Government helicopters and vehicles fill the area.
Who is he?
He has silver hair.
A scientist.
A terrorist. 6 months ago, Dr. Bijan Casimir and his team released an encrypted message. Release information regarding Project Almanac or suffer the consequences.
What's Project Almanac?
Classified. Weak? It contains information critical to the security of our nation. We know Casimir has firepower and he's willing to use it. We need to stop him. We need your help.
The lives of thousands could depend on you.
Wow, thanks a lot. Thanks for that.
Can you give us a minute?
Stormford and Sasha retreat.
How are you doing, Blue? You're quiet.
Well, you know what they say. Don't meet your heroes or they'll fire long-range missiles at you. Just another disappointing adult.
Well, what do you think?
It's not my call.
It is as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
You've never led us wrong before.
Forget about them. It's just us. It's always been just us.
They all nod.
So what now, moms?
Inez swells. She looks to her friends, her family.
You guys are my family, so that means I'll do whatever is best for you, even if it takes me a while to come around to it.
She casts a glance to Marco. He smiles.
It also means that I will kick the ass of anyone who tries to hurt you. I'm going after them.
We're going after them.
Our best strategies take 5 of us.
One final race.
Okay, amphibians, let's hop to it.
Wow.
What?
Well, that was almost epic.
Mom humor.
Inez smiles. Cut 2. In the desert later, Inez marches up to Susan and Stormford.
Hey,
They face her.
we have a plan.
In the food court, abandoned mall, later, they gear up, grabbing almost every drone they've ever built. Time for war. Blue turns to the Peregrine Falcon, resting on a table left behind.
Someday, when you're ready.
She kisses her fingers, presses them against the Falcon.
We need a way to transmit the signals.
I know a place.
Cut 2. In the Beverly Hills mansion, later, a butler answers the door. Our heroes Sasha and Stormford stand on the porch. 20 military personnel at the ready behind them.
By order of the United States government, we need to commandeer your dish.
Which one? I've just had the silver polished. In the backyard of Beverly Hills mansion, later, technicians connect banks of computers to the gargantuan satellite dish. A helicopter lands on the tennis court. A soldier evacuates the owners of the house, several brunch guests, and the young girl. Marco watches them leave. Inez notices.
By the end of the day, she'll know who you are. A hero.
Marco smirks. Blackbird is in position. Our heroes circle.
This is it, you guys.
You already gave us the speech.
Yeah, let's kick ass.
Stormford whoops. They fire up their visors, flex their gloves. Somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, same time, the Blackbird opens its cargo bay. A package drops out, splashes in the ocean. Underwater, the package is a huge net of drones, various shapes and sizes, neutrally buoyant with floaties. A small drone, mostly motor, Tugger, zips outside the bundle and pulls it along.
Tugger in position.
The bundle zooms through the sea.
100 meters to target.
They've likely amped up security, so be prepared for anything.
We know. Prepare the swarm.
4 spherical drones light up in the bundle.
Target reached.
We recognize the scratched paint from the previous mission. The amphibious drone from the park fountain zips out into the water, its net trailing behind. It encircles a small fish, catches it in the net.
Got Nemo.
Heads back to the wall, copfish in tow.
Conducting Nemo test in 3, 2.
The drone swings the net, spits the fish into the wall. At contact, blue light flashes. Added defense, it's electrified now. The fish drifts off, dead.
Electrified.
We knew it had to be something.
Should I find a dory?
No. Swarm. In place.
The spherical drones form a line. A coordinated attack.
Engage.
The drones shatter into hundreds of small barbs. They rush the wall. The number of contact points overloads the system. The electric flashes fizzle and stop.
System overload achieved. Ready, Big Fat Joan.
A large round drone bubbles to life. It's amazing you were able to build that from what we had lying around.
Sure.
Big Fat Joan drifts into position and over the hidden panel. The drone bundle pushed in front of her.
Big Fat Joan at the mark and ready.
Tucker extends an arm out, ready to open the panel.
Remember, once we open this up, we don't know what's on the other side. Have your flight modes engaged.
Tucker salutes the other drones, opens the panel. Water rushes in, pulls the bundle in first, Big Fat Joan second. In the access shaft, continuous, we burst into a dark access shaft. Big Fat Joan plugs the hole. The water stops. The bundle glows to life. 5 heroic drones fly. Inez, Marco's, Blue's, Freddy's, Eddie's. Of the backyard of the Beverly Hills Mansion, same time.
We're in.
On assembled screens, Stormford and Sasha watch the POV drone cameras. In the access shaft, same time. The drones descend through darkness. They're nearly silent, stealthy. It's obvious they've had awesome militaristic upgrades since being gathered. They find a ventilation panel. Light shines through it. Marco's drone telescopes out a small camera on a flexible support. He shakes it through the vent slats.
Coast is clear.
The flexible camera turns stiff, lifts the vent free. We enter into a rec room in the secret facility, continuous. The drones investigate. Hanging plants and crocheted slings, a record player, a pool table, a Pac-Man arcade machine.
Game room.
Freddy's drone investigates the record player.
What is this?
Looks like my first apartment. What? Yes, I was young once too.
The drones round a corner in the space. 2 scientists, 60s, sit at a table. The drones dart into shadows, staying hidden.
What are they doing?
He hovers his drone around for a better view. The scientists play chess. White is winning.
Playing chess.
Why? They have a pool table.
They have key cards on their belts.
Swipe them.
Inez and Blue's drones sink to just above the floor. They circle the table, trying to get in a good position. Blue grabs one card, cuts it free. Inez finesses under the table between their legs, grabs the other key card. A scientist shifts, kicks Inez's drone in the other's leg. They look at each other. They contact unexpected, both thinking it was the other's leg. Inez clips the card free, retreats. One scientist slides a leg forward, testing. The other scientist reciprocates. They graze legs, smile at one another.
Aww.
This is weird. Let's go.
Various hallways, secret facility. The drones sneak down hallways, darting shadow to shadow. Very Mission Impossible. Doom, 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 doom.
Stay hidden. As long as they don't know we're here, we have the element of surprise.
You're looking for some sort of control center.
They peer around a corner. 2 engineers vanish through a large silver door that closes behind them. A scan pad with a red light on the wall.
Locked door we've seen.
Get ready. We don't know how many are in there.
Freddy's drone goes to the scan pad. One by one, he starts to scan the collected badges.
No.
The light stays red.
Just chuck them!
Freddy flings all the badges at the scan pad. The light flashes green. The door opens. In the control center, secret facility. The drone zip close to the ceiling. One of the engineers looks back to the closing door.
One is busted.
Everything's breaking down these days.
The drones creep closer, surveying the large screens, complex servers, and mess of monitors. Get us into those computers.
Okay, amphibs. Cliffhanger maneuver.
Inez's drone slides between the 2 engineer heads. They twist to look at it. She accelerates, ricochets between their eyes. They stand, eyes stung. Freddy and Eddie stretch a wire behind them. The engineers stumble over it and fall to the ground. Marco's and Blue's wrap up their hands with wire and unroll tape across their mouths.
Hey, the book!
Look for a USB.
Freddy's and Eddie stay at the door, guard duty. One of the bound engineers fishes a small device out of their pocket. They push a button, it flashes red, and as Marco and Blue fan out.
Everything's sealed.
Freddy's ditches the door, grabs a keyboard.
Just follow the keyboard.
He yanks the keyboard. Its cord stretches out from the wall.
Dude, come back and guard!
Blue's drone traces it down into a set of USB ports on the floor.
Found it.
She unplugs the keyboard. Freddy's drone, still pulling the keyboard, flies across the room with a sudden slack, crashes into Eddie's drone. They tumble to the ground.
Install the decoder.
Blue plugs in a drive. The screen whirs to life, code flashes across.
Dude!
You're in the way!
I'm keeping guard!
Our drones bump and collide. Cut to exterior backyard, Beverly Hills Mansion, same time. Freddy and Eddie wrestle across the grass.
Wait, this has never worked out well before.
They stop fighting.
But I'm gonna kick your butt.
Bring it as soon as this is over.
Deal.
They shake on it.
Decoder installed.
Sasha hacks into the computer. Data flashes across her screen. Judging by the grid, a lot of power is being routed to the center of the facility.
What is it?
Sasha stops, eyes wide. It's a nuke. It's a nuclear warhead. The kids look at each other.
Can you shut it down?
Sasha pounds on her keyboard. No, not remotely.
Then we have to get to it. Shut it down.
How do you shut down a nuke?
I lost contact.
What?
My visor's dead.
In the control center, secret facility, same time. And POV return to the door. Bijan and 4 other scientists fill the room. Eddie's destroyed drone at their feet. Well, I'll give you credit for being resilient, like cockroaches.
Why are you doing this?
You still don't know? You follow orders blind? No wonder the government uses idiot kids to do their dirty work. Naivety.
So much for incredible young woman.
Our fusion technology could have changed the world. Unlimited energy, faster transport, but the government wouldn't release it. But we had to, for the greater good. We split the formula into 2 volumes. Only one was published.
Fusion theory.
When the government learned what we did, they ordered Project Almanac. They tried to erase us from existence. Every copy of the first volume of all of our research and records destroyed.
All except one.
Apparently. Then they came for us. In backyard, Beverly Hills Mansion, same time.
That's enough. Get to the nuke.
Maybe we can talk him out of it.
In the control center, secret facility. They tried to wipe us from existence. While my team and I were in hiding, they went for our families. Wives, husbands, brothers, sisters, children. Anyone we could have shared our work with was murdered. Intercut with, exterior, backyard, Beverly Hills Mansion, same time. Our heroes turn to storm.
You killed innocent people?
You wanted to put fusion technology in every household. Bombs at the ready. Could you imagine if you had a bad day at work or school and had the technology to blow someone up on your kitchen counter?
You assume the worst in people. You assume they want to destroy.
Look what you did with it. You built a nuke.
We want the truth out there. Our work existed. Our families existed. We existed. We want justice.
Killing thousands won't release the truth.
No, but it will ensure our existence. You can't erase a bomb. Bijan raises a crowbar from behind his back, slams it into Freddy's drone. It smashes to the ground. The other scientists swarm out, swiping at their drones with crowbars, pipes, everything they've got. Inez and Marco swerve their drones wide. Blue bolts to the ceiling. Casimir catches her.
He's got me!
He slams Blue's drone against the server, smashing her propulsion. Let's see where you're hiding now. He pulls the apparatus from his pocket. We recognize it from before.
He's trying to track us!
You know what to do.
End intercut. Exterior, backyard, Beverly Hills Mansion, same time. Blue closes her eyes, claps her flex gloves together. Across her visor, 2 words appear. Self-destruct. In the control room, center, secret facility, same time. Blue's drone fries itself. Sparks flicker, smoke plumes. Clever girl. Various hallways, secret facility. Inez and Marco escaped in a hallway. 4 scientists give chase, weapons swinging. Inez and Marco twist and turn, dodging, evading. They double back, weave through outstretched legs and hands. Bijan rounds the corner. They're trapped.
Vent!
They pull up into an air shaft. Air shaft, secret facility. They navigate the twisting pipes, getting more and more lost with each turn.
We have to take a look around.
In the various hallways of the secret facility, their drones exit the shaft and scan the hallway. Clear.
We've been here before.
No, we haven't.
Going in circles!
It all looks the same, Marco.
The drones come to an intersection. Mirko stops, turning between each pathway. In a hallway behind them, a large dark shape creeps through the air. We may recognize bits and pieces from Freddy's lost amphibious drone. It's been rebuilt. Bigger, stronger, badder. A zombie drone. Marco's drone turns, spots the zombie drone. Control room, secret facility. Bijan flies it. Can't escape now. Various hallways, secret facility.
Run!
The zombie drone charges. Sharp-bladed propellers slice the air, and as in Marco's bolt, the race is on. They blast down corridors, bank around corners. Zombie drone gains. A gun barrel drops out from its body. Fires. Pop, 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 pop. Bullets slice their path. Inez and Marco dart left to avoid. The bullets stop. Another turn. More bullets block them. They make the opposite turn. The bullets stop. Exterior, backyard, Beverly Hills mansion, same time. Marco looks to Inez.
When we try to turn, the bullets block us.
But he isn't always shooting. He isn't shooting in the straightaways.
He's hurting us.
It's a trap.
Do.
We have to split up.
Marco nods.
I'll take on the zombie.
No. This time you finish the race.
In the hallway, secret facility. Inez's drone barrel rolls. U-turns backwards and flies straight at the zombie drone. Marco's drone turns down a hallway. Zombie's drone fires at Inez. She sneaks through the air, evades bullets, crashes into the zombie drone. They cartwheel in the air. Inez banks off the ceiling, hammers down again, and again, zombie drone opens fire. Bullets pepper the walls. He nicks Inez as smoke trails her, drawing out her loops and swerves. Zombie drone scans her smoke path, recognizes the pattern, anticipates her next move. Inez dives. Zombie drone deflects, gains the upper hand, crashes her against the ground.
I'm down.
Self-destruct!
Zombie drone uncoils a black arm, digs into Inez's drone, rips out the self-destruct mechanism.
I can't. He took out the firer.
From the back of the zombie drone, the apparatus snakes out. It connects into Inez's drone. The control room secret facility. Numbers whir across Bijan's visor. In the backyard of Beverly Hills Mansion, same time. The same numbers whir across Inez's visor and POV screen.
Not good.
They stop. 2 coordinates read out.
He's found us.
In the control room secret facility, same time. Bijan spins to several workers ready at computers. Fire everything. The workers push launch. Somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, same time. A calm ocean. Suddenly, 100 missiles launch from underwater. We watch them soar, vanishing into the sky except for their burning, fiery rockets. In the hallway of the secret facility, zombie drone's blades whir. It slices into Inez's, pulverizing it completely. The control center of the secret facility. Divert all power to the main chamber and go for launch. They've made their choice.
We may lose power in this facility if we...
Then grab your water wings.
Diverting power to the central chamber.
He flips the large red switch. How long?
15 minutes.
The lights in the control center flicker. In the backyard, Beverly Hills Mansion, same time. Inez pulls off her dark visor. She races over to computer systems where Blue, Freddy, and Eddie stand waiting, wearing the heavy military-grade motorcycle like helmet drone visors.
Are we in position?
Ready over the coast.
Relay in place?
Once one signal goes dark, you'll sync to the next drone.
What are you doing? We need to evacuate and clear the area now.
Inez pulls on the military drone helmet.
You should look away, Stormy.
Why? We're about to cost you a ton of money.
In the sky over the coast, same time. A swarm of military drones hover high in the air. On 4, signal lights turn from red to green and fly over the ocean. They aim for large Starfield. Starfield gets closer. The missiles. The 4 piloted drones fly directly toward them.
4,
3,
2.
Intercept.
The military drones collide into the missiles, exploding them safely in the sky. In the backyard of the Beverly Hills Mansion, as soon as their POV screen goes dark, they're reconnected to another waiting military drone. Sasha cheers, Stormford balks. In the sky over the coast, same time, the reconnected drones fly into more missiles. They're moving targets, but one by one, they're coming down. In the various hallways of the secret facility, same time, Marco's drone creeps through hallways. The power is diverted. The lights flash and strobe in steady waves. Dark, light, dark, light. POV drone camera. He watches the light wave through a hall, starting behind him, cascading overhead, and finally disappearing down another hallway. At an intersection, the lights ripple in the same direction. End POV. Launch in 13 minutes. Marco follows the path of the light. In the strobing, we see something behind his drone. With each dark interlude, it creeps closer, closer, closer. The zombie drone, hunting its prey. Marco drone rounds a corner. A heavy metal door slides open and slams closed with each wave of power. The ripples of light disappear inside it.
I think I found the nuke.
The zombie drone hovers behind. The gun barrel descends. Marco times his move, accelerates to the opening door. Bang! Bullets slice through one of his engines. In the central chamber of the secret facility, Marco's drone crashes through the door, skidding across a small metal walkway.
Got my engine! I can't fly!
The zombie drone falls through the door, bears down over him. In the backyard of the Beverly Hills Mansion,
Marco!
Marco looks to Inez.
You can do this.
He nods. He powers down. His visor goes dark.
What are you doing?
Hoping this works.
Intercut with the central chamber of the secret facility. The zombie drone moves closer to Marco's dead drone.
Come on. Come on.
The zombie drone nudges it.
Not too soon, Marco. Take your time.
No response. It aims up its gun.
Now!
And intercut. In the central chamber of the secret facility, Marco's drone flares to life. Its robotic arms fire out. One latches on the bottom of the too-close zombie drone. The other rips off the gun barrel. Zombie drone rears, aims skyward, lifting Marco's drone with it. Marco engages his remaining engine. It counters the zombie drone's ascent. The weight of his drone and his engine firing creates a controlled descent over the railing and down into the launch chamber. Launch in 10 minutes. POV drone camera. With the slow fall, the camera has time to investigate. We see smooth metal, a manual control panel.
I see the control panel.
High over the coast, the aerial battle rages. The remaining missiles rocket past the hovering drones. After reconnecting, our heroes chase the missiles. They have to outfly them to intercept. Central chamber, secret facility. Marco weakens his engine, keeping them stationary at the control panel. Zombie drone swerves and pivots, but Marco's a better pilot. He counters each move. A clock counts down on the panel. 9, 8:59, 8:58.
Sasha! You hack into it!
High over the coast, same time. 2 missiles left. Inez pilots toward them. Veers left, intercepts one. Boom! Freddy heads off the second. Contact imminent. He misjudges the angle. The missile arcs beneath his drone. He U-turns, chases. It slices through the clouds at the end of its arc, accelerating. He can't catch it.
I missed it. My God, I missed it.
Exterior backyard, Beverly Hills mansion. The missile crashes into the pool. Boom! Fire and water blast into the air. Shockwaves tear through the makeshift military camp. Soldiers roll through the air. Computers collapse to the ground. Our satellite dish buckles, spins off the axis. Our heroes are thrown, drenched in water. The cement bottom of the pools rains down in large chunks. One knocks Stormford unconscious. Another pegs the helicopter pilot. Central chamber, secret facility. Marco's drone goes dark. Falls deep into the chamber. Zombie drone watches it. Such a waste of talented minds. In the backyard of Beverly Hills mansion, a high-pitched ring carries us over images of war. Inez sits up, bruised with a cut on her head. Soldiers moan across charred grass. Inez locks eyes with the blue. Hers are wide, frightened. She's crying. Freddy and Eddie are covered in dust. They look smaller now, younger, surrounded by fire and smoke. Marco holds his head in his hands. He screams. Inez gets to her feet, stumbles over to Blue, Freddy, and Eddie. She wraps them in her arms. Marco moves toward them. While Inez comforts the younger kids, Marco wraps an arm around her, leans his forehead against hers. Sasha rushes between the injured, checking pulses, doing what she can. The high-pitched ring ends, brings us to the sounds of fire and misery.
Missed it. So stupid. It's my fault.
It's not your fault. It's not.
You failed.
People are going to die.
Are they doing this?
They hold each other. Inez watches Sasha trying to help the injured.
Come on. Let's help.
They fan out, helping Sasha attend to the wounded. Marco and Inez drag the unconscious away from fires. Blue wraps bandages around the wound. Eddie helps a soldier come to. Freddy stands over the unconscious helicopter pilot. His eyes drift to the helicopter, askew, but still upright on the tennis court. He reads the helicopter ID. Blue Falcon XXR. His eyes fuzz over. Falcon. Falcon. Falcon! Freddy rushes to the group.
The Peregrine Falcon.
They turn to look at him.
Do you still have the RFR?
What?
A remote frequency redirector? Yeah?
There's some sort of navigation system on the nuke, right?
Must be. It's aiming for a target.
So if we get the RFR on the nuke, we can fly it.
They glance to Sasha. In theory, yes, but how would you...
The Peregrine Falcon!
Exactly.
I can't control the engines. They're too strong.
Inez brightens.
What if we each controlled one engine?
4 pilots for 1 drone.
We could fly it together.
That might work.
Where's the Falcon?
Blue's face falls.
I left it across town at the mall.
We'll never get there in time.
Hello?
Freddy points to the helicopter. They all swell.
Only one teeny tiny problem. The pilot is unconscious.
They deflate.
Sasha, can you fly that thing?
I've never even made a paper airplane.
I'll do it.
Freddy!
You guys are the better drone pilots. You need to fly the Falcon, but I can turn it on.
They all look at each other.
Fly the helicopter to the Falcon, fly the Falcon to the nuke. Install the RFR.
A lot can go wrong in that series.
We don't have time to think about it. Freddy, go. We'll re-aim the dish.
They all nod. Eddie grabs Freddy's shoulder.
Wait. I just want you to say it again. That I'm the better flyer.
Never.
Take this.
Eddie hands him one of the stolen walkie-talkies.
Stay in touch, bro.
Eddie smiles, joins Inez and Marco straightening the dish. Blue collects the RFR from her bag. Freddy turns to Sasha.
Kiss for good luck?
How about when you get back for congratulations?
Deal.
Be careful. Remember, it's not a drone.
Propellers up, down, how different can it be?
In the cockpit helicopter, seconds later, Freddy surveys the vast array of buttons, switches, and doodads.
Maybe a little different. Just a bit.
He pushes a big green button. The prop spins.
So far, so good.
In the backyard of the Beverly Hills mansion, same time, the helicopter jerks, lifts upward, heads over the mansion, flies too low, skids to the roof, scraping shingles into the yard. It lifts free, heads toward the mall.
If this works, I'm never going to hear the end of it.
In the central chamber of the secret facility, fire ignites beneath the nuke. It heads skyward. Somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, it blasts out of the water. In the control center of the secret facility, Bijan and his team watch the nuke's flight path on screens. For our families, may justice be delivered. Somber nods. Exterior backyard, Beverly Hills mansion. The satellite dish straightens. Blue and Sasha reboot a computer system.
How's it going, Freddy?
In the cockpit of the helicopter, Freddy jostles them the chopper. It bucks and bangs, a Bronco in the wind.
It's different. Very, very different.
In the sky over the abandoned mall, the helicopter rocks and rolls through the air. A drunken bee zigzag. He drops toward the mall's roof, twists to land, overshoots, crashes on the side. The propeller snaps off. Freddy climbs from the wreckage, looks back to the smoking hall. The helicopter explodes. Fire plumes in the air. Beat.
They can add it to my tab.
He rushes inside. In the food court of the abandoned mall, Eddie repels from the roof. He hurries over to Blue's area, rips the tarp off the Peregrine Falcon.
Hello, beautiful.
Finds the large on switch, pushes it. The engines flash on. He pulls the RFR from his pocket. In the backyard of Beverly Hills mansion, Blue's visor fires to life.
He did it! I'm connected to the Falcon!
Sasha, patch us into the dish.
Sasha sinks the satellite dish to the Peregrine Falcon. We see a progress bar swirl on Blue's visor. Connected! Blue extends her flex glove out to Inez, Marco, and Eddie. They face each other in a circle and join hands. An electric current fires through the touching gloves. The other three visors glow to life.
We're online.
Separating engine controls.
Engine 1, ready.
Engine 2, ready.
Engine 3, ready.
Engine 4, ready.
They punch forward. In the food court of the abandoned mall, same time. A blaze of white and the Peregrine Falcon is gone. Freddy stares in awe, eyebrows singed. He blinks quickly, extends his arm out in front of him.
Now I can't see anything.
In the sky, seconds later, the Peregrine Falcon tears skyward. White light trails behind it.
Keep your engine on straight.
The Peregrine Falcon crests the horizon. We see the curve of the Earth, the blackness of space above.
After the apex, we'll arc downward, hitting speeds up to Mach 3. Then we'll catch the nuke.
The Falcon slows, approaching its apex.
It's poetic, really. Undone by his own work.
They dive. A sonic boom pops. In the Falcon camera POV, the blues and greens of Earth race up at us. A streaking light moves over the globe.
See the nuke!
We're almost there.
The Falcon gains, drifting off the nuke's trail. Closer, closer.
We're on it!
The Falcon scales up the nuke, over the firing engines, up the smooth panel, finally the control panel. In the backyard, Sasha watches one working screen. You're there!
Go, Eddie.
Eddie reaches forward. In the sky at the same time, an arm extends out of the Falcon holding the RFR. The control panel shifts right.
It's starting to rotate.
The air pressure. Engine's 33 degrees right.
The engines twist. The Falcon's orbits around the spinning nuke, keeping pace with the control panel. The horizon swirls behind them. Blue, black, white, green, a vertigo tornado.
It'll accelerate on the gravity side. 5% more power. Now!
The control panel accelerates in the twist. Falcon stays right along with it. The arm holding the RFR regains position, extends out, connects the device. The RFR flashes red, 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 green.
We're connected!
Inez, I'm diverting control of the nuke to you.
Oh.
3, 2, now!
The Falcon engines extinguish. It rips backwards, tumbles into the rocket engines, incinerates. In the backyard of Beverly Hills Mansion, a progress bar and Inez visor flashes, connected.
I've got it.
Stormford rouses, bobbing her head. She's rubbing her head. She stores the situation. Inez curls her arms up. In the sky, the nuke rushes toward the ground, slicing through clouds. Slowly, it responds to Inez's piloting. Angles up. In the sky over an idyllic Main Street. The nuke soars over rooftops of a quaint Main Street. Its shadow blasts over families eating ice creams, couples on dates, an elderly man walking his dog. The wind in its wake gusts leaves from the tree and away from the populace. In the backyard of the Beverly Hills Mansion, same time.
What do I do with it now?
They all look at each other.
Send it right back where it came from. Blast them all to hell.
Inez hesitates.
No. We can show them a better way.
He's an enemy of the state. Kill him or be charged with treason.
We're not killers.
Inez sets her jaw.
We kids just saved the world.
She shoots her arms up. In the sky, the nuke rips through the fluffy clouds, crests the curve of the earth, and soars into the darkness of space. The stars welcome it with brilliant twinkles. The engines shrink to just another light in the endless dark. In the backyard of Beverly Hills Mansion, Inez releases control. Her visor, peppered with stars, goes dark.
It's over.
Marco smiles at her. Blue and Eddie hug. Stormford fumes.
Like hell it is.
She stalks off.
You guys, we just saved the world.
What happened?
In the food court of the abandoned mall, our heroes are back home. Sasha stands before them, large envelopes in her hands. As promised, everything we know about you, who your parents are, where you're from, where they are now. She passes the folders out one by one. Marco, Inez, Freddie, Eddie, Blue.
Wait.
They stop.
No matter what happens, no matter where we all end up, I want you to know that I love you guys. And I'll always be there for you.
Marco sends her a smile.
So, what are you waiting for?
Inez scans her papers. Nothing new to see. At the bottom of the 2 brief pages, a large red stamp. Deceased. Blue doesn't open hers. She just hands it back.
I think who they are in mind is better. A girl can only take so much disappointment, and I already know who my real family is.
My little sister lives back at the mansion. All I want is to know her.
I can arrange an introduction. Freddie and Eddie read through their file.
Insurance salesman.
Lewiston, Idaho.
Sounds awful.
I mean, no way we're ditching you guys for this. I mean, we just saved the freaking world.
They hand their file back to Sasha. Inez hugs them all tightly.
My God, moms.
Stop. So embarrassing.
That's it? There must be something I can do to repay you for everything. The amphibians look at one another.
I have an idea.
In the Delicioso Baco restaurant, Lola stands behind the counter, grease stains her apron, hair mushroomed in a hairnet.
Hey, Lola.
She looks up to reveal our heroes, Inez, Marco, Blue, Freddie, Eddie, Sasha, and the young girl holding her pink bear stand in the entryway. Behind them, visible through windows, a showcase of military strength. 3 tanks, 2 armored cars, 50 soldiers, 5 jets fly above in formation. All demonstrate their might down on Delicioso Baco.
By order of the U.S. government, the ban has been lifted.
Beat.
So what are you gonna order?
Heroes cheer. They jump into the air and we freeze frame. A final joyous send-off. Slam to black. The end.
Yay!
We did it!
Da-da-da.
Congratulations, everyone.
Woo!
Yay!
Yes, we did it. You guys did it. You voice actors, thank you so much. Good teamwork. We had a few people who had to bail because of internet problems, but you came together and covered their asses. So thank
Bitch, you need to get out of there. The police. Popo, run!
Oh my god, Fish, what did you do?
Wouldn't you know it? I live near a fire station now. A fire hall,
What did
I
you
should
do?
say.
Oh, that's because you're hot. Got it.
Well, it might be that, or that I live near the 405, and they always have to drive my apartment to get onto the 405. Anyways, so that was great. Thank you so much, Alex, for submitting your script. I think it's a really neat and fun premise, but let's see what our readers thought, starting at the top with Brian. Did you have any thoughts on the script you'd like to share?
Okay, so I'm a big fan of like 80s movies, especially like comedy, and this was like very, very 80s, and even with like, it goes almost full war games toward the end. I really liked the characters, but I think you need to find a way to justify that ending where, you know, Bijan is like a mad scientist. Maybe there's like old like footage of him from the 90s, like you know, like grainy film footage. And I really liked the rapport of the twins. Like playing Eddie was a lot of fun, even though I couldn't get the voice down at times. This one was just pure fun, and this I would definitely watch this, even though the budget would be like astronomical and ridiculous.
Nice. Thank you very much, Brian. And Frog, what were your thoughts?
Cool. First, I would like to thank the writer for sharing his script. Overall, it was pretty fun. My major problems with it was inconsistency in tones. Like it started off like a kids action movie, then it became like a normal action movie, and then some parts were insanely over the top, other parts were way too sexual. So I just think you just need to like commit to either making it a kids action movie or just a normal action movie that just has kids in it. And then your strengths, and then also I think the twins should be a couple years older just because of some of like the sexual things they say. Your strong point though was the characters. I felt each of them were like, they all had their own personality, they all had their own things going on, they all had their own motivations, and they were well written, and each had their own distinct characteristics, which is important for an ensemble piece. So good job with the characters. The structure overall was solid, but I just think that the tone, if you make it consistent and maybe tone down some things, you have like a really solid script to base like your next draft off of. I think Tintin probably has more to extrapolate on that episode, so I'll just wait. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks, Brock. That's a great word, extrapolate. Moving on to Juxtaposed. What were your thoughts on the script?
I know I said that line. I was surprised I got it. Yay. Sorry. Thank you for your script. That was really, really fun. Big thing I thought was still the sexual overtones, considering like Frog and Noel said, I get it. The twins are like, hey, pretty lady. Ooh. But there was some things where it's just like, wait. Okay. It can go from harmless crush to just downright creepy and slightly perverted. So find a good balance. Just be like, you're a cute kid, but no. Oh man. Oh well, maybe next time down 10 years or so. I did really enjoy the pacing of it here and there. My biggest thing is with Blue, I can understand her viewpoint and how adults disappoint her. Where she mentioned in regard to why her name was what her name was, that got a little dark. Like where you could maybe hint at something a little bit more not so, hey, I've gone through a lot. I mean, granted, it does shape the character as to why she's so, I hope I'm using the right words, I'm not great here, but poignant or sharp or she's very black and white. To an extent, that's great. Just don't make her too far off the case. I see her more as like a snarky sort of know-it-all, but she, of course, has the reason to back it up. But still, that whole line, that's the color of my bruises, that's a little more off-colored from Blue. That's more black. And I I did really enjoy the a lot of the characters. I'm really glad personally that there was not like some sort of romance sparked between Marco and Inez. A lot of situations have it where was a leader and a sub leader, and there's like some sort of hidden like romantical, I'm not going to use the word sexual because it's a kid's movie, but tension between them. And I'm glad you played it straight, as in more like, you are the leader and I'm just following, but you sometimes get in my way and I'm not cool with that. Like there was the natural conversation between them. I really appreciated. So thank God for not doing that whole, well, you're a leader, I'm a leader. Seriously, it's kind of generic. But like I said, I'm getting off base here. Still, great script, really fun. I love the humor, and I like the tone of it all. I personally could see it as, like Brian said earlier, a movie or possibly a TV animated series. Just like a mix of 2D or 3D. Just saying, you got possibilities. You got hot, kid. You got hot. So yeah, great job. And I want to see what else you do down the get to the word future. There we go. I want to see what else you do down the road. Oh, different word. Okay, bye.
Thanks, Jugs. Those are some great points for sure. Moving on now to Cheddar, who filled in last minute. I wouldn't normally, cast a guy in the lead female role, but we had a last minute bailout. So thank you, Cheddar, for helping us. And did you have any thoughts on the script?
Okay.
Oh
no. All right. So I was excited for this script ever since it got posted and I did the breakdown and the image. So first off, Alexander, thank you so much for submitting it. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I really like the premise. I really like most of the characters. I can 100% see this movie existing, which is always a good thing. I think I think people have mentioned certain things like the weird Freddie and Eddie are like super sexual. I agree. I think I suggested at the start, I think they should be kicked up 2 years. And I think actually most of the characters could be kicked up 2 years. The kids, that is. Just because they all talk like they're a little older than they are, which is reasonable for kids who have had to mature on their own outside of the world. But just as far as like getting the audience to connect with them and understand where they're coming from, I would like them all to be at least, except for Inez, I think, I would like them all to be at least a year or two older. The other main problem I saw was that apart from what other people have mentioned, Smith just posted someone's feedback from Twitch that mentioned about giving kind of a lesson, which I agree with a lot. I think having it be more focused on the humans and less on the drones would be a really good idea. But if I had to say one thing, it would be that I'm going to say two things. One is that I think you need to set up Bijan a little bit more, because you do have the book in the start, which I actually didn't notice on the first read, but he kind of comes out of nowhere and is suddenly like, I'm going to kill everyone. So I agree with that. Someone else said to set him up a little bit more, give him a little more justification, flesh him out a little better. Yeah, what Brian said. And then the other thing I'll say is I know it's the future because we had the flex gloves and the VR visors. So it was clear that it was the future, but the drones and the technology were still so like ridiculous. And what's good is that it didn't it wasn't bad. The premise and the characters were so fun that it's ignorable. Like, yeah, some of it is crazy, but you can get through it. But I would prefer having like less explanation if the explanation isn't going to make a lot of sense. Skip over the science. Just let everything be kind of fun and action packed. Because stuff like, the Peregrine Falcon, it was going so fast. I don't know how it wouldn't break up. The guys get nukes underwater. That felt like Sea Lab 2020 or like the episode of Archer. The drones can do basically anything. They have like little arms. Just skip over that. Focus on what they're doing and not how they're doing it. I could say more, but we like to keep our feedback a little short so everyone has a chance. So I'm going to stop talking now. Again, thank you so much for this script. I really enjoyed it. I would totally go and see this in the theaters. This was a great time. I think it just needs a little bit of cleaning up, and then you've got a really good feature.
Nice. High praise from Tintin. And I'm going to try to go back to Cheddar. Are you there, Cheddar?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man. Did you have any thoughts on the script?
Yeah, I missed everyone else's feedback because I had to go real quick. But so at the risk of saying something that someone else has said, thank you very much for a wonderful script. I had a great time reading it. And yeah, I caught the end of what Tintin was saying, and I totally agree with him. But yeah, I mean, as long as the audience doesn't have to suspend their incredulity too much, I think they'll have a lot of fun with this. So I think it's fine. Just, yeah, maybe not go so far into the science, like Tintin was saying. But anyway, my big feedback point thing is with the bad guy, Bijan, because he's seems like he's supposed to be, kind of one of those sympathetic bad guys sometimes, because he has like, the government screwed him over and everything. So it seems like you're kind of supposed to side with him, but then he kind of acts like a stereotypical villain in another way, where he's kind of like, oh, you stupid children, like just kind of very cliche kind of villain lines and stuff. So I would say to kind of, I do like the idea of him being more sympathetic and not being completely evil. Like, I like it when there's no clear villain in a movie. So I like the idea of him being kind of ambiguous and having his reasons for doing what he's doing. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks again. I had a lot of fun.
Sweet. Thank you, Cheddar, and thanks for filling in last minute. And finally, Ben Bright. What were your thoughts on the script?
Oh boy. So first of all, I think all of us here recognize exactly how scary it can be to sort of expose your work to a bunch of people as well as anybody watching. So again, thank you for offering the script to read. I personally really enjoyed it. I'm going to try not to hit too many points that others had already hit. That's sort of the problem of going last and having your name start with V. One thing that I think really needs a bit of a rework is a lot of Stormford's character. She comes across a bit too, like, there are a few humanizing moments with her, like when she comments about how she had like a Pac-Man arcade machine in her first apartment. Like, I want to see a little bit more than that, because otherwise her biggest moments are, I murder those who judge me for being a woman, or you small children, you need to drop a nuke on these people now, please, or else you are going to jail forever. Like, there are just these extreme moments of her just making these really wild statements, and there's really not much else in the way of humanizing her to sort of justify that, which is weird because, minus the exceptions about trying to make the main villain a little bit more sympathetic and understandable, the rest of the cast of the movie, besides like the one-line characters that are super archetypical, are like, she's really the one that really stands out by a pretty wide margin in terms of really feeling kind of doesn't really have that depth. So I think her role in the movie is really good. I just think that a lot of her dialogue and a lot of her character just needs some tweaking to make her feel more realistic. I also agree that I think a lot of Act 3 kind of needs a little bit of tweaking. I don't think there's anything wrong with anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with the power of friendship, one motor per pilot, or anything like that is wrong. It just does feel a little bit much. It's not a bad bonkers. it's just like I don't mind it being bonkers. Like this, especially if this is meant to be like a movie for kids. Bonkers is a good thing. It just needs to feel a little bit more cohesive. It needs to feel a little bit more like a reasonable step up. Like you went from okay, there's a secret base to nukes and everyone will die real quickly. Like there needs to be like one more step of like increasing the stakes, so that way that one huge end game point is not like this massive jump in terms of personal stakes in the whole on the whole. While another thing that this is a minor thing that bugged me, while I think the phrase "look what you did with it, you made a nuke" owns, and that's a really good line of dialogue. Again, there's also another sort of science thing where it's like, how does the fusion power specifically create nuclear power? You know, I was kind of like, how does that quite line up? And I think that's another one example, sort of like the science sort of needs to be tweened out exactly because of how much and how little you talk about it to really tie everything together. I love the characters. I think Marco, maybe I'm just biased because I played him, but he definitely felt like he got the least. He had a lot of focus in terms of, he had his own subplot, but I felt like in a lot of scenes, everybody had something to say except for Marco, where he just sort of had like a single like side comment or something directly related to what's immediately happening. He doesn't get much in the way of jokes or really witty comments much throughout the entire script, which if that's your intention and that's sort of his character, then that's fine. But he definitely had enough screen time and enough focus on the main storyline. Tintin said that Inez's and Marco's dynamic didn't do enough. I disagree. I think that not everything has to be like that. I think that it can totally be friends. And I don't know, I'll have to disagree with Tintin that like it's shown that Inez and Marco already have a pretty clearly established dynamic from the start of the movie. And just because that's tested a little bit, he's saying he was set up a conflict. Well, maybe he'll speak up about that. But no, I think this requires a little bit of tweaks. I don't think it needs something major. Well, I mean, they had the whole, you go first and then I'll let you go first thing. So I thought that was a really good way to handle it. But yeah, no, I think it requires a lot of minor tweaks with a few characters and a few plot points. But otherwise, I think this could definitely, again, I agree. I could see this actually being a thing that kids will watch. And you would like get 1 million people to buy drones for their kids on Christmas, which would be hilarious, but also kind of sad because you would see so many videos of people crashing their drones. Yeah, no, on the whole, I really enjoyed reading this. And I thought it was really good.
Sweet. Thank you very much, Ben. That was some great feedback. And that is the end of our show. Thanks again, Alex, for submitting your script. If you are watching out there and you'd like us to perform your screenplay, it's free. Go to twitchtablereads.com. We take short films, TV pilots, and feature films. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.